Very well, and I really want to give mention to one of the authors, that is Colin Carson. He wrote Win at Home First.
Yes.
That was the first book I took in the men's book breakfast. This is thanks to you, actually. So he emphasizes on winning at home first, so that all other things can actually align. So if there is peace at home, there is peace at work. If there is joy and abundance at home, there is still peace spreading out in your daily lives. And you're very particular in building communities. Case in point, the men's book breakfast, which is actually a forum where men meet and exchange ideas. In this particular season, we've had very powerful conversations around fatherhood. And one gentleman told us he's not meant to be a father. Yes, he's a father, but he's not ready to take up the responsibility. And he's working, he's well off, but mentally, psychologically, and all that, he's not ready for that. Found us having the conversation and asking, what could this be? Is it a challenge from childhood, or maybe childhood traumas? Maybe what's your experience with that particular tough question, tough scenario?
Well, I don't know the gentleman, and I don't know the circumstances in there. And I think parenting generally, not even fatherhood, even motherhood, is such a big responsibility. And there are many people who feel inadequate. They feel unprepared for it. They feel that, I don't think I can be able to hack this, And also when you're a first-time father or a first-time mother, you're learning. You're learning. There's no point where you say, now I am ready. You can say I'm ready biologically, yes, but in other aspects, emotionally, maybe spiritually, I may not be ready, even financially, or whichever way, you may feel that you're not ready. But I think anyone who waits for a time where now all boxes will be checked and you said that I'm ready, then they'll have to wait for very long. Because the journey of parenting is a journey of learning. The journey of fatherhood is a journey of learning. Just like any job. I mean, if you go to work and you're given a new assignment, you don't know everything there. But if you're willing to actually take up that role because you see that at the end of the month I'm going to get a good reward, then think about family. Why can't I commit even to this family? Because at the end of the day, there's even a bigger reward. So certainly this gentleman needs to sit with the other fathers, and I'm glad that you're in a forum where you're sitting together and where he can be vulnerable enough to say that, you know what, I don't think I am ready to be a father. The question would be, what do you think you need so that you can be ready? And you will be surprised, whatever he says he needs to be ready, you'll find that's what every other father says they need. But yet they are there acting as fathers. And I say that if someone is not ready to be a father, please, I know accidents happen. If you're not ready then, if you feel you're not ready then, please don't walk that route yet. But again, don't wait for a time to feel that now all boxes have been checked. Now I am set. Now I can be a father. You will still have a lot to learn in the process.
Well, my own opinion is you have to choose, and every single time you are choosing.
Yes.
So you can call it an accident or I don't know, oops situation.
Yes.
But you still chose that particular path. So you knew the consequences that would be coming from this particular action or act that you're taking. So let me build on the community aspect and ask you, what is your thinking or what is your depiction of different fathers that you have in the men's book breakfast? I know you have quite a number, so maybe top of your head. What do you think the fathers there are, basically?
Well, I think we have an excellent group of men, and there are many. We're talking of very, very many. Several hundred every season, and throughout, I think, over 4,000. And these are all, I would say, men who want to learn, men who want to improve themselves, men who have good intentions. So that's the only thing I can say. As to how you rate them as fathers, it's only their children who can, and their spouses who can be able to judge that. I can't, because we've not done any kind of evaluation, and we are not intending to. But what we are saying is that we want to equip people so that from where they are, they can be able to grow. I think the other thing when it comes to community is very, very important, because this helps on vulnerability. And I would like to say that when fathers unite, the community ignites. And you see there is strength. There's really, really strength. You see when, for example, in a church setting, you will find that when there is maybe a building project, then you'll find men coming to participate. You know, it could even be a mosque or any whatever kind of community setup. When there is some kind of building activity, then you find men coming together. And when they come together, they're able to do a lot, really a lot. And what I want to show here is that even when it comes to fatherhood, we should come together. And I'm happy that we're having this Father's Day, and I'm looking forward to the next forum that we'll be having, where fathers and aspiring fathers will come together and we will be discussing fatherhood and build each other up. I think that's going to really rock the country, and we're really looking forward to that.
Definitely. So you mentioned when fathers unite,
community ignites. Yeah.
That's very powerful, and that is what we are trying to do with Father's Den. This is a den where we talk about fatherhood and actually unite. In that respect, we are trying to build legacy. As a dad, you really want to build a legacy. And how would you define this legacy building as a dad?
Well, I would say that fatherhood legacy is not what you leave for your children. It is what you leave in your children. So we are talking aspects of character, we are talking aspects of behavior, values, and all those other things that you may not see. You cannot touch them with your hands. You may not see like this with your eyes, but those are the things that I would call legacy. If I leave you with a lot of property, and I say that is your inheritance, and it's good to have an inheritance, that's your inheritance, but I did not leave you with the correct values, then even that inheritance will go, and you will be forgotten. So for me, I would say fatherhood legacy is what you leave in your children, in the form of values, in the form of beliefs, in the form of good practices. And we have all these things that we can teach our children and say we've given them a good legacy, we've left behind a good legacy, because that is going to be passed on to the generation after that and the generation after that. And those values are actually able to create the tangible things that people look for in society.
Powerful. And around legacy building, from your late dad, may his soul rest in peace, what do you think you took from him, or what do you remember from him in your fatherhood journey?
Well, what I remember from him, first of all, is taking responsibility and not shying away from any challenge. So he taught me that, and I saw that. And also just the whole aspect of hard work. You see the possibilities and not the impossibilities. And so even for him, when I look at him from very humble upbringing in the rural areas, coming to where he was and raising up a family and taking care of us and ensuring that everybody was impacted with good values, I say that is something that I want to also pass on to my children.